The problem is that I don't want my news from the page. I want my news screeched at me by XQC. Not me personally. God help me. But like a huge amount of like gamers.
And I just don't think enough people care for the resource spend on any site. Not even an Upcomer issue. It's just an issue.
Talk about people out of jobs. This
is the people got fucked block, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, we're just going through some of, I mean, this is housekeeping, I suppose. Yeah, look, Upcomer launch is a pretty ambitious project. I mean, I got the same fucking multi-Fion on fire tweet about this being like a game changer and this, okay, Fion, no worries, mate. Obviously, Upcomer has announced that they laid off all their staff, all their writing staff, mind you.
Yes.
They've gone for a really revolutionary angle, Scott. I don't know if you've heard of this one. They're pivoting to video. Yeah, pivoting to video. So obviously that's like a lot of people. I know like George was there, Fion was there. Obviously Sean Morrison here is sort of explaining that they would say, oh yeah, we've grown so much, and then the next day we get laid off. So yeah, it's a pivot to video format. Which I'm sure is probably a hard pill to swallow for people that write, especially when like these dog shit Score Esports videos with like clickbait titles are getting as many views as they are. It's like the rise and fall and rise again of tens or something like that. Just like these documentary style things with that's I think the writing in it is not particularly. I'm not a huge fan, and I think like who's that bloke at the Score Esports that always gets rinsed out by Richard Lewis every week?
Well, that's Colin.
But
now Colin is the video guy at Upcomer. He left,
so he's going to go and do the same shit thing.
He's already there. Like it's not like he's been there.
Right.
Didn't lose his job.
So, right.
He didn't get laid.
So there's no justice in this world, is there? Right. Well, anyway, obviously he's been pulled up quite a few times for just his ethics in journalism and some blatant inaccuracy. And honestly, Upcomer were reamed out a little bit long ago for some really clickbait titles in regards to CNED, who was obviously much of the Turkish region in Valorant was implicated in like a money laundering scheme by Twitch.
Yeah.
And they released a headline that basically implied that CNED was a part of it when he wasn't. So their ethics and their journalistic standards were a little questionable anyway.
Well, and even 2 weeks ago, they preemptively announced exactly what everyone's cut was of the trinket, tchotchke, whatever the fuck it was, and they were wrong. And they kept being tweeted that they were wrong. They were wrong.
Yes, you're referring to the split of the Valorant
player team
VCT
split.
skins.
Yeah. So what Riot shared with the orgs and the players. That split was woefully wrong, their sources, right? And they kept getting corrected. So, I saw the announcement as well. I see the same website launch in this space once every 6 months. A bunch of good writers getting together with a bunch of editor-type people that keep getting fucking jobs around here.
You mean like Esports, GG?
That sell somebody with some money, like, we're going to be the ESPN, we're going to do this, we're going to bring you all these numbers and do all this shit.
Yeah.
And
we're
obviously have evolved with what we read, what we care about. The real world has evolved. And again, I don't know where you're ever going to get the revenue to pay 20, 15 editors/writers to make esports related content to get enough views to pay all their salaries.
Scott, 20% of gamers get their news from fucking Moist Critical. Do you understand? Like the way the gamers consume content is very strange. A lot of them are like, I think this is evidenced by just how, or Hassan stream, right? I'd say like a huge portion of Twitch viewers get all of their, foreign affairs knowledge and sort of politics from Hassan.
Yeah, and I think if we've got room for one or two. Well, good luck. Dexerto's already nailed you. Like, you're not going to beat them yet, right? Like, it's too late to be the new Dexerto, if you will. They do all this content. They do all this video. They've got the writing. We don't need two of them rewriting the same 5 stories. We don't need 3 of them. So while I saw the thing, I was like, well, this ain't going to last long. Like, they preached about how many, accounts they had and, how many people were going to the website. But it don't matter if those eyeballs aren't monetized and monetized enough to pay for what's being put on the page. And it wasn't.
Well, people just use ad blocker anyway. This is the problem. So, like, what happens is, what I try and do, like, I have ad blocker as well. But if I get asked to turn my ad blocker off, I do. I just pause it while I'm looking at the article, because fair enough. Like, I'll fucking have ads for that. But a lot of people don't do that.
No.
Like, I don't know how easy it is to monetize print media at all. And I understand why. they can pivot to a medium like video and just monetize it like any fucking YouTuber would monetize their videos, right?
Yeah, the avenues of monetization open way up when you turn that camera on versus
it's just
type
piss
something.
easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Turn on your AdSense, make a bunch of fucking clickbaity YouTube videos and sit back.
And we're, as Joseph mentions in chat, we're a very personality-based world now. So no offense to the writers of Upcomer. Hard to get your personality out of a written article, hard to get behind you as a person and champion you as a content creator when it's the written word now, when we're used to someone chatting and yelling and, you know.
They tried this. They definitely tried to get some personalities. Obviously, they brought Tyler on. Obviously, like, George Geddes, basically, half of his tweets come out of fucking PF Chang's fortune cookies.
Yeah, but then he
You know what
left.
I mean?
He did move on.
Yes, he has moved on. Yeah, but like he was like, I think it was fairly effective because Zoomers love the leak boys. They love they love break journalism, right? So, you know, he was able to build up a personality, a brand around that. Even though I ratioed the tits off him the other day for posting another fucking asinine, you know, motivational tweet. That's the guy's brand. So like they can do it, but the problem is that I don't want my news from the page. I want my news screeched at me by fucking XQC. Not me personally. Fucking God help me. But like a huge amount of like gamers.
And I just don't think enough people care for the resource spend on any site. It's not even an Upcomer issue. It's just an issue.
You know where I go to find out how a Valorant game went? I don't go to fucking Upcomer.
I go to Valoranting every Tuesday.
No, I go to VLR.GG though if I want the score, right?
Yeah.
So you know, and that's basically just like match recaps, analytics. It's not even really. It's not a website that I guess it has some articles on there. Where do you go?
I go to Juked, brand new app, still in beta here on my fancy Android.
Well, yeah, I mean they aggregate everything,
me,
right?
Ben.
They aggregate things, so it's like I could go to Juked and just get like a bunch of my news sources that I'm interested in. I could curate that. I could get fed what I want to see on that sort of app. But like I'm not going to go to Upcomer for just. I don't know. I don't know how they're expecting to make big money off this kind of enterprise.
Now, do we care about who owns them? Do we care that this isn't just a one-off, that this is the parent company of Luminosity and they have other things in esports and this isn't just like, like they're still like, I'm not going to call it conflict of interest in that sense, but like.
Well, no, I don't know anything about these motherfuckers.
Because this is We Are Enthusiasts.
Who is We Are Enthusiasts?
This is a media company out of Canada. They own a bunch of stuff. And obviously, these are all venture capital spends, whether it's the team or other things. It's just like, if you're going to own multiple things in here, you got to, I think, need to be really careful of how you take care and nurture our world, right? If you're just going to be some fly-by-night guy who comes in with VC and says, I'm going to open, if you're just going to be Christian Bishop and come in here and be like, I'm going to open, you know what I mean? And constantly grift. But these guys are team owners. They're other things in our world, right? And it's just disingenuous, I guess.
So when was it announced that this was happening, right? It was very recently, like a couple of days, yeah?
Like last week.
So amazing. There's like a retweet on Enthusiast Gaming's Twitter of Fion tweeting, in the first 8 days of the new Upcomer website launch, we've surpassed 1.1 million page views, which once again sets a record for not only the network, but as one of the top at We Are Enthusiasts as well. Thanks to the new millions of unique users who visit Upcomer every month. So he tweets this March the 9th.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's coming. You know what I mean? So even though they've had a performance that you would suggest has surpassed the other brands under this umbrella and probably really is, I would say, at the forefront of like other esports journalistic endeavors and their platforms, they still sort of mixed it.
Yeah, about a year. About a year or so.
Yep.
And again, I've been on the rug pull side of this. Jason and I both helped build GotFrag up, and then we had that phone call. We're like, all right, well, you're not really working out anymore. You can either move here or you're out of a job. And that came fucking out of the blue to us. So if these guys were under the assumption that they had the budget and that, they were going to heavy spend on labor and get the writing staff going, get the views going and everything, and then got rug pulled, that absolutely fucking sucks, right? But my mind just instantly goes to, there's enough smart people that were hired that had to realize, are we building something we can't fucking properly get back? Like, were they spending knowing that they were spending down a fucking hole that was going to get closed, right? Or, because it's really easy to like,
Yeah,
Just
look,
fucking put the fucking blinders on and go, no, it'll be great. We'll make a lot of money.
it's hard enough, man, to be a journalist at all, and then being one in esports is just like fucking Christ. All right,
Oh, yeah.
this is a passion project for you. Man, maybe casting's going the same way. We can talk about that later on, but yeah, I think it's really really hard to compete because the way that people consume content is really vastly changing, and you could track this, by the way. Just ask yourself, like, what is the most popular game on Twitch for people to watch, right? And you'll see how long ago was it Among Us was just an absolute phenomenon.
Yeah.
And now what? Do you know what I mean? So this kind of capriciousness of the masses when it comes to what content they consume, how they consume content is also downstream from this or upstream of this, depending on which way you want to look at it. That is the pace at which things move in this sphere. Right now, all your news should be on TikTok, straight up. All of your journalistic endeavors should be on TikTok, but it should be your own content, not someone else's. Ideally, you don't steal it and slap a watermark on there. But yeah, at least
there too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about XQC screeching you the news from a VR chat room as a VTuber?
Yeah, I mean,
Put it all together.
that's awfully close to some of the experiences I've had watching Felix's stream.
exactly.
I've literally seen him in VR chat screeching at people. So if he just told me the news, I guess that would just be another day at the office. But I read The Economist. That's it, really. I don't watch American news because I really dislike the dichotomy between CNN and Fox News. Obviously, Fox News is way worse. I don't like either of them. So I'm pretty selective about how I'm a cable cutter. I'm pretty selective how I get my news. So would I want it from these guys? No, but I would suggest there are a lot of gamers out there who are cable cutters and also don't give a fuck and would be happy to get it from someone like Hassan or XQC. Hassan obviously should not be put in the same sentence as XQC in this example because he actually does go through the news and explains his sort of take on it. He's got background in the Young Turks, which is essentially a journalistic endeavor. So does Wilnef on that note. So, yeah, fair enough. Pivot to video all you like. Good luck making it work. I guess you have to make documentaries about the pro player of the moment and try and get like 500k views on that content. And maybe, I don't know if you got to credit people for the content, like that you have the video content or whatever, like whatever, man. Good luck. It's a shame. But there's always going to be a home for fucking league journalism, George. Don't worry. I'm sure George, someone will hire him, mate.
George isn't there anymore.
Whoever the fuck is hiring him, man. You know, whatever network of people that he's got, tell him information so he can link it ahead of teams. Halo does the same thing. I find it annoying because I'm on the inside a lot of the time. It's just a pain in the ass, but I'm sure someone will fucking pay you for that shit.
Jake Lucky landed a new deal, not in the news at all today that we're talking about. But
No.
Speaking of more personality-based news givers, right? You're talking like that's the kind of stuff people are liking to get their news from.
Yeah, and that guy has little to no moral fiber at all about how he goes. Like I don't think Jake Lucky has any fucking integrity, and I think that's been evidenced by the kind of things that he's choosing to cover and the way that he's chosen to cover stuff.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation. But his style's the one that works, by the way. Like that, as detestable as I find what he does and how he does it, more importantly, it works. All his Zoomers fucking love it. So
yeah, again, it's the same reason why TMZ is so popular, outside the building.